So first we're going to do in the live demonstration is I'm going to log in as a CFO. Logged in as a CFO, we'll start by just analyzing a financial management dashboard. We'll view some management operating statements, and then some packaged reports that just kind of see how some of that may fit well into some of the deliveries you're making on the reporting side to management, or even bursting out certain things to certain people. We'll log in then as a VP of sales and do some more exploration of some sales data. And then we're going to log in as like a business analyst and do some ad hoc. So we'll kind of modify some existing reports like a trial balance, and we'll build a new report from scratch like an open PO report. We'll show you some more report scheduling and distribution. And then we'll kind of open up that semantic layer, just give you a flavor of kind of what drives a lot of the different elements of BI. So like I said, we'll then come back to some few PowerPoint slides at the end and tackle any questions that you may have. So feel free, like I said, to post those in the questions box. Oop. So the first thing I'm going to do, get back to my screen here, I'm going to log in and this is kind of the BI Launchpad. I'm going to log in as a CFO, and what this Launchpad is, in essence, it's just a run on a web server, as our most the market-leading BI software applications. There's each user that logs in is going to have access to certain content that they've been designated to see and secure down to the type of information that they should have access to. So in this case, I log in as a CFO. I might have more rights. I might be brought to certain things and exposed to certain things in the system that some other users may not, just because typically the CFO can see everything in the organization. So I'm going to open this up, and this brought me directly to a financial management dashboard, which you see here on the screen. Let me go ahead and maximize this to the full screen view. So one of the things with a dashboard is some people think, oh, it's all going to be KPIs and charts and metrics, and there's a lot of that, and dashboards really are just a summarized view of data that allow you then to start finding the high level where issues may reside, and then allow you to kind of drill into those. So what we see here on the screen is a kind of a combination of some data tables and some different charts. In this case, we've got kind of an income statement view. If I click here on the left on the different rows here, you can see the charts maybe be updating based on the rows that are selected. Maybe there's a balance sheet view, right? We can kind of click on those if I wanted to see, current versus prior period or current year versus prior year. Click on, depending on whatever thresholds you've defined, things can trigger red, yellow, or green. And we've got here a cash flow, looking at cash flow statement, current cash position, open AR, open AP, things like that. Maybe for public companies that need to kind of represent some ratios on a monthly or quarterly or annual basis. You kind of get that real high-level view at that. Here we've got a quarterly profit trend at the bottom. So looking at this, again, this is as a CFO, this may be the one piece of the one tool that he logs into on a monthly basis, he or she logs into and analyzes just when the books are closed, and get that real quick view of the data. But if you think about this organization may be made up of multiple business segments, lines of business, multiple markets, divisions. So all of that kind of rolls up to what we see here at a very high level. So there might be, in most cases from a dashboard perspective, ability to drill in. In this case, maybe we want to open up more of a detailed consolidated income statement and view that. So I click on that income statement, and it's going to open up here a view of a consolidated P&L on the left hand. Let me increase our zoom here so we can kind of see it. On the left hand side, this is the company consolidated, but if I wanted to go to a specific division like medical electronics, I click on that on the tree. It'll take me directly to that location in the report, maybe industrial other. If I just open up the tree, again, we can navigate to any page on this report. This happens to be a crystal report and one of our management operating statements that we actually defined for the customers, row criteria and summarization and all the drill down that you're going to see here in the next couple minutes. So again, this is kind of a high-level report as well. It's got multiple layers for the business, so maybe there's 100 pages here, and you could view every page and see it at a high level. But the beauty of of this type of functionality and drill down within a report is that as a user and as a CFO, if I'm looking here, I see that we're labor straight time at the company Consolidated, we're over budget for the quarter by $2.3 million. And I want to find out what makes up that $2.3 million. If I click on that, I can then see that labor straight time broken down by the different markets or different divisions. I can see I'm actually better than planned in all areas with the exception of medical electronics. So if we drill into medical electronics, I can then see it by all the different either product lines or branches or however you've defined those breaks within the report. So that's kind of one way that's nice to allow users to kind of drill in, and at a very high level that kind of allows, as a CFO to narrow down to the specific division, or I can then contact the manager responsible for that business unit and ask them, hey, what's going on? I just noticed that you're over budget. Really turned in the last quarter. What's up? And then for some users, you can even take it even deeper. So at any level, you can actually drill all the way down that I'm going to show you now. But based on our sample data, here, if I wanted to find out what makes up this $1,300 of rent expense, if I go ahead and click on rent expense and drill into that, if I had it broken down by multiple sub-accounts or subsidiary accounts that roll into rent expense, that'd be broken down here. Let's drill into that. Now what this has done is take me from a summarized P&L and drilling down to a general ledger transaction detail report. So now we're actually, all the transactions for that time period roll up. I can see that $1,394 for the quarter. And here I've got $800 to Allen Supplies for a storage unit rental. Maybe I want to go look at the AP invoice on that. Has the check been cut yet for that? What was the discount available? So if I click on that AP invoice, it's going to open up. Here's the AP payment detail. Here's the check number. Here's the gross amount, the open amount, what the discount was. Is there anything still open on the purchase order associated with that invoice? So we'll drill on the purchase order. In this case, it's opening up and calling another report based on the purchasing module. So really what we've done is we linked from a summary financial down to the general ledger to call a report from the accounts payable, now calling a report from purchasing. And all this is done through just some hyperlinking functionality within the Business Objects suite, this is great because you could also call these reports from other applications with that same functionality. So some customers of ours take certain reports and actually call them from JD Edwards menus, or they have maybe using another web interface that's been custom grown, or in their intranet, or even SharePoint. So there's a lot of different places where you can just call these reports, and it'll generate the data there for you, and you don't even have to realize that they're in a different BI application or system. We'll go ahead and close out of some of these tabs here. So that was kind of, again, just logging in, looking at a dashboard, drilling from the dashboard to a report. If I go back here, and there's going to be other content out here in the system, and for instance, under this company sample data, we put out some financials. Maybe there's a balance sheet that I want to view on the fly. I'm actually going to open this financial reporting package, and the reason I'm going to do that is that a lot of companies, for some, maybe executives, or that there's packages of reports that get created and prepared every month, and there's a lot of companies out there still doing this today in things like Excel. That's where they're doing all their formatting and packaging of the data. They're creating things on several different tabs, and so what this does is allows you to kind of create your different reports, but then package them together. So if I go ahead and click on this and view the latest instance, you're going to see, in case I've got a balance sheet, income statement, detail and summary, open AP, open AR report, all these are packaged together. I could actually just display those as one package report or individual reports that we can just see. I'm going to go ahead and open up the financial reporting package. So with Business Objects, it allows you to build multiple reports, run them, and schedule them. So when you close your books, in this case, you might be just entering your period and year. It goes out there and generates all these different reports and then puts them together inside of like one PDF package here. And then this could be even sent out. This can also be bursted as well. So if you say you have logic of which managers see which parts of the report, you could set all this up. You run the report month-end close, and each manager is going to get just their piece of the report. We also have other ways to do that same type of view time security when you're viewing a report online and drilling down as well. But this creates kind of a table of contents here. If I click on the consolidated income statement, it'll take me right to that report. If I go back here on the tree on the left, I can click on the different reports. It'll actually open those reports up on the fly as well. So again, this is just kind of another way to nicely package reports together. And even if you're using some of these links, you can actually link to these from, if you export them to Excel or even PDFs. So depending upon what type of drill that you're doing, you may be able to access some of that with outside of just the web viewer itself.